down the floor. And here's the road going way down to the strand. And over here is Southern Grave.
Behind me is St. Patrick's Well, or as it's on the Ordnance Survey map, it's known as Tubbernagreve. It's probably here since the 5th century, and people came to do stations here, I suppose, all that time since until now. St. Patrick's supposed to have his first church here in the area, and he's also supposed to have baptised about 900 people. He is also supposed to have baptised Credrew and Lesrew, which are of the royal family, at this well. There are a few cures attributed to it. There's Mrs. Barrett from
Palmerston.
yeah, that's right, and Mrs. Buck from Ross. That was around 1922.
Well, Palmerston would be recently.
Palmerston would have been recently, but the other one is that in 1922.
Oh.
This statue was erected by, I think, Father Quinn in 1936, and statue came from Ballina. Could have been bought in diamonds, I suppose. It was brought here by horse and cart by John O'Malley's and Big Tom Collins and Martin Murphy and Patsy O'Hara. Tom Collins and the Connors helped as well. Now, Jim O'Malley that built a little wall around it. It was never finished, and Canon Quinn left. The new PP, Father John Murphy, left it as it was, and because he had lots of other problems with doing repairs to the church and so on. The crows in the saint's hand were supposed to have been taken away by itinerants. True or false, we don't know, but it's gone anyway. Now, the foreign treaty was signed on the 9th of July 1985, getting permission from the owners to work on this and to get a right-of-way for pilgrims from the Strand all the way in, because up to now they had cross fields and wires and so on. And the Community Council now, with the help of the Social Employment Scheme, intend to repair the statue and to make bridges and walks all the way so that there's easy access from both sides, from the Lacken side and from the Kilcummin side to the statue itself. The wall that's around it at the moment is very dilapidated state. So is the well itself, as we'll see later on in the film. And it's proposed that we work on the wall, build a third wall in another area, and clean the place up and repair the statue as the hand is gone off it, and get a suitable closure and all that. At the moment, as you can see, some of the employment of the social employment scheme workers are at it. We propose to remove all the weeds and all the surface vegetation and to flag it. Now there are 4 or 5 mounds as well at the well where people circle around them while they pray.
Do the station.
They do the station. We intend to uncover these mounds and leave them in a presentable condition. The well itself is at land level, which is almost open to cows and calves and anything that wants to go in. And as you can see, there's one wall missing which we have to build. We intend to build around the well itself, and we'll return in with the camera later on when the job is done, and you can judge for yourselves. No, it's online in house. The fingers are gone off this hand here, and they're also gone off this one here. Never. is the roadway behind me that was made in the 1920s. It's a rough path which accommodated people that went across the strand there to Mass. They walked across and bog and over shops and things to the far side of the parish. It was made in the 1920s. This path was also used by people who want to go to the Blessed Well. There's another path that leads from here on my left to the Blessed Well. You cannot see at the moment. Now this is the byway that the pilgrims take, anyone who wants to do a station, over towards, they follow that road. In fact, they can drive past right over and park quite near the station. Now at the station itself there's a huge drain on both sides of the fence which leads into the station, so people had to be fairly athletic to get from one side to the other, as there isn't any bridge or any form of plank or anything to allow people to cross.
So you intend to build one?
We do. People have been on to us to see if it's possible to do anything about this, because the 15th of August apparently is a big day here, and many people from the area visit the well. So put it down as one of our priorities to have this facility in proper condition for any people who come. That's the first obstacle they meet before they can get to the station. So we intend to remedy that. And this is the second obstacle, second drain. And that's the third one. It's surrounded by that. Now behind me is the Killegary Church, the Church of Ireland. George Birmingham was the first vicar to administer in this church. We think it was built around 1843, and it was in use up until around the 1940s. As you can see now, it is overgrown.
A wilderness.
We intend to clear it, and I believe that over the front road the date of the church itself is, so
should be uncovered.
maybe a few mysteries will uncover
Yeah.
later on.
And George Birmingham is supposed to be better down here too.
He is, yes, that's right. And George Barrett and William Burke were supposed also to be vicars who succeeded him.
Right.
It was joined on to Dunfeeney Parish in 1881.
Amalgamated.
Yes. Yeah. This is the Kitchener Road behind me here. Let's make this way down towards Garda Vineyard, head. Unfortunately, the road is about 300 yards short of the Cliffhead itself. So it was only wide enough for cars. So the workers we have widened it here. You can notice the new wall built along this area here with the kind permission of George McLaughlin. He allowed them to move the wall in about 2 feet and further on. From here now you can see the cul-de-sac where it finishes down the wall down there. Already the workers have, that was only a track down at the last 30 yards on the track. Already the workers have brought stones from the cliffhead, and you can see a trailer down the field that they can use. Paddy Kelly gave us his trailer for one day so they bring stones, and the proper road and drainage has been done down at the very end. Now PJ Lockney and Paddy Kelly have consented to allow us to continue the road all the way for about 300 yards to the cliff head, and we intend to put a car park there, and as best we can we can bring stuff with material from the quarry covered totally expensive for big people turn out like in the long run to be land. On my left here you can see where the boat is. That's where the first Frenchman really came, left foot on Irish soil at Bailadaw Creek. There are 2 hills down there, it's also called Lacatini. That's where the first Frenchman came to this country in the 1798 rebellion. Then they camped down in the field. There's marked the camps are down the fields there, so it is of historical interest. This.
Yeah.
The other side you can see Lacken Bay and the giant
Cleaverhead.
down
Yeah.
Cleaverhead.
Lehman Road, they call that.
Leimanahi is one or two, as we call it. Rock fishing is done. Many people come to this area and they have to walk those 250 yards. In fact, they have to back their cars all the way back to the civilization, which is about another 300 yards behind us.
Yeah.
There, so it's very difficult to get to this place for fishing. Many people come in the summer and park their cars there, and it's their favourite spot of fishing.
Until
Something like that. Then there's no facilities, they can't even turn their cars. It's going to feed. We're supposed not to send between the 2 feet, and it's about 12 feet, and put stakes and wire on both sides, and
as far as the
all
go.
the way to the cage.
Yeah. Till Kilcommon Head. Yeah.
So it's a big project, but I think it's going to be really worthwhile.
Here was a car park, or is a car park for the present day church. They came from Castellacken and they were used here. Part of Castellacken was demolished. Up along the wall here is a footpath, now overgrown with grass. It was used by the Red Colonel to walk on. He discouraged every other body from walking on this footpath. He wanted it for himself. Colonel Charles Knox of 1838. He lived up there. And that was the main entrance, the main gate into Castellacken.
in the background is the gazebo. It's an old building, about 200 years old, and I suppose the landmark for the castle is way down on my left. It's the back here, you can see the axes are all smashed to pieces by
Wind and the weather.
Historical expeditions from Castlebar that have come lately, and it has been brought to our attention that it's in need of repair, so we intend to do the best we can with it. Apparently it was the Castlebar man that built it in 1794, so you can see from the pictures how much has to be done with it. The state of the arches are all separated and
Ready to fall apart.
ready to fall apart. Somewhat similar. It's a major job, but we'll see it again when it's finished. On north side, and there's the inscription with an R, J, S, C, bar, 7th November, 94.
94. Oh, great.
That's the bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Also a triangulation point for the Island survey.
Yeah, that's right. 380
2 feet.
2 feet over sea level. It's the highest hill around, and you can see as far as Naples and across Malina from here, way out to the south of Malina. Behind me is one of the major black spots in our parish, roadwise. There's been many accidents here because the road is so narrow and the turn is so blind that nobody can see anybody else coming. The most recent accident was between a bus and a car. I suppose you could call it a booby bus. Fortunately, no life was lost. The county council has for years tried to negotiate this land from the owner, but nobody has been successful until the community council came along and talked to the lady, Kathleen Conway, about it. And she agreed to give us the land to widen the tunnel. In the meantime, she died, and we owe a debt of gratitude to her brother, who said he would uphold the wishes of the sister. And not alone that, he allowed us to build the wall and bring it further down as far as Jack Mahon, which is the place behind me. And you can see now what work is in motion. We have moved the road on the existing wall, gone in about 6 feet here, about 25 feet further down. There always has been difficulty here with the stream on the roadside, so that the road couldn't be widened. We propose to move that stream from there into inside the wall, about a foot from the wall, thus removing all water from that area, removing all those trees, as you can see, but some of the work has already been done. And part of it probably has to be piped because the road will be then widened by the county council. This should give a good clear view over it, eliminating any danger. All this, of course, is being done by the Social Employment Scheme. Buildings had to be demolished that came out as far as the road, old stables that were there for years. So that's where the stones came from that are building the actual new stone wall that's further in.